Got 34 minutes till stocks open. And the news has come out on the euro dollar, which has been available this week only below 130 even. So this keep bobbing. So the bobbing in here, you can't see the 50 pip winner in here, but if you had bought this window, so buying in these windows and cashing out when you hit your pip target is the key element. This is a 20 pip grid, so we're trying to make 20 to 40 pips. We have to do a lot of trading over and over on the weekly chart to get that kind of money. But the trade looks different than the 5-minute chart, but it's the same trade. So the odd thing about it, if you look at the tick chart, this is the data coming in from this one particular broker. And you can bring up some other brokers. Like I said, you could bring up 4 brokers. You can get up 4. I still threaten to do it. I did it once. There's an arbitrage video that I did if you look up arbitrage, where I go through 4 panels of tick charts, and I'm like, okay, I'm pulling the trigger on this broker with the shitty feed, right? My limits, in other words, I can see I'm getting filled on limits, so I advance notice that I'm up or down on the trade at least. It's a very awkward mindset. If you used to one data feed, obviously I bought on more euro dollar here. By the way, my call on loading the wagon when I went hog long, it was back 2 fucking weeks ago. In case you're counting, I guess I got a bad video here. I chopped off the top of MetaTrader. Oh well. So look at this nice. Oh, they stop hunted me here. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that thing. Oh my God, that's beautiful. They just nicked the wick here. Oh, stop him there. Stop me out. I'm trying to get on this train. They're sitting here. Now, this has been going on. If you got in here, you could have got out here, okay? So you can't see it here on this weekly chart. So, but does it make any difference to what's going on right now? This is Friday. It's obviously a buy, regardless of the news and everything. It's just a buy for me back here. So I bought back here. This is the top tick Tommy exit on the weekly. This is bookends, I suppose, if you're buying at the market, but I'm buying on limits. So I'm buying new lows, no fill, a new fill. So I'm buying 1, 2, 3 in here. I'm buying at the most pullback, the weekly stop hunt. I guess I'm buying. So we could still come down here today. Stocks have not opened yet, by the way. So critical time of the day is this 5-minute window from here. So this crazy stuff goes on in here, and then we got the fucking stocks here, and I don't know what else is coming out. So on the weekly, sure, if you'd sold into here, the aggressive sell window, 20 pip window, sell, you're going to have to martingale into that, by the way. This is all specific to this one structure. It's a structure trading system, by the way. Yes, this is true. This is overbought. I got you. And it's also very bullish. These are 2 bullish candles, which we all know the bulls are in control. Okay, until they've evaporated all of the available. You can think that this is a stop hunt for the bears. In other words, you're in a downtrend, so you did a trailing stop theory. You sold here. You put your sell stop here. They're hunting your stop because you're a trend trader. Yes, in the meantime, this thing is still available right now in this 20 pip window. So this is definitely the bidding window for just, look at this. Now, if you stare at the weekly, look at the tick chart, you have the most bookend fucking view. This is not top down. This is top zoom in fucking, this is nano top down. I can see the bid. I've got the quote on my phone, by the way. So I finally put the quote on my phone because I just look at the number. So I know where my stops are. I know when the account would be blown up. And if I want to build the position, because I like it even more, I'm falling in love with buying this fucking thing. And I'm looking for the targets to be, like I said, way the fuck up here. Now, this is fair value. It's below here even. So they bid it below that double top. So the thing is, are we going to take out this 20? Now we've been here. You can't see it on this chart. So you don't have to go to those other charts, I'm saying. And this, you could trade the weekly chart just from a idea of like, you know what, if it ever comes down below here, I would buy it. Well, that's fucking genius. Every time it came below here, you bought it. I mean, it's just blowing my mind. I just got done watching a live stream of guys talking about fundamentals. And, well, you know, over there, they do have these, like, chrome dildos. And I'm like, yeah. So the population's going down. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? So I'm hog long. I bought more. Not as much as I bought down here. So I got very long here. And then I added about another, 200K here. So another load into the monster of this fair value and this wicked little Nick hunt, bottom tick Bobby. But this window, everybody knew this, right? Even the robots, even the vacuum bots could see this one, right? This is obvious shit, right? Isn't this obvious by now? Come on, man. Even Biden knows what the fuck's going on. Biden could trade this shit. So I was watching these guys, you know, bless their heart, articulate people talking about the market, but they had no trade going on, dude. And it's like, oh, really? Like, and so then on the weekly chart, approaching it in a totally just price-minded way, it's completely different. And also, you never have to zoom out. Granted, you might want to have more than a tick chart, but at this time of day, they just came out with the most supposedly profound piece of news. The market settled back into structure regardless of this news, and now I'd be buying if I wasn't so in this thing, so I could sit back in a swing trade like this and think, yeah, if I was a scalper, buy right now. Just bought right here. Just bought, put a stop here. Let's go. Or I buy here at the market with a stop here, maybe, you know. But since this is a monstrous swing trade, dude, I don't care. Like, this is crazy town. This is the beginning of the year. We're all the way back. This would be the shoulder. If you think this is a head, shoulder, head, shoulder in a perfect, almost symmetrical kind of way. It's not a lopsided shoulder. So you're searching for a reason to put on a trade. Is all you're really doing with all this analysis and all these indicators in the time frame window. So this is the frantic time frame window. This is when the auction could happen, where we take out the high of last week today. After all the hemming and hawing, you can't see all the 50 pip and 20 pip winners on the weekly chart in the sense of a normal breakout system, because what you're doing here is you're trapping people on the weekly thing. And why ICT can't see this, how simple it is, that you don't need to have anything other than the fact that the strategy is to make money from price fluctuations that aren't more expensive than, like, if the spread is 40 pips, right, it's going to be a problem. So if the spread is 10 pips, then you're looking to make 100 pips on your trades. So you pay 10%, right? You may have a spread of 100 pips, and that's why people trade in the guppy, because your spread is, in essence, goes to, I've seen it go to, on a retail broker, if you're holding it through 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to go to fucking wacko. It's just going to be like, well, that's the spread. I thought that was a Bitcoin. We go to like 50 pips. I don't know, when the news comes out of Australia. That's the big trick. Was watching New Zealand dollar look like the best setups in the world. Yeah, because the bid's out of control. But you can't get in. You can't get those trades. The thinner the market, the more. So if you look at data that's low volume data, where it's all filtered out, it's very profound. Like, look at this beautiful setup here. Wow, look at that. Buying. See where my stops would have gone. Should have bought there. Damn it. So I'm just looking at the price here. Anything below 13, I would be pulling the trigger. That's the other consideration. That. Look at this nice trend line break on the tick chart. You could have taken that. You could have buy. You don't need any more data than that. So you'd have to just, and that's the spread. You're up. You're still not going to clear your costs. You're only up like, dude. If you got out here, it costs you fucking 50% per trade. You're paying like 30% per trade. And how you overcome that is to be really good and really right about everything you do. So you have to be more writer, because if you're gonna fucking pay 30% on your fucking, I got a gut feeling here. Here's stocks are about to open. What's gonna happen when stocks open? Is the euro gonna go up? Oh, I think it's gonna go to fucking 150 pips from here. But I'm getting out all the way up. I'm getting out past this thing. I start cashing out just religiously here, just to make it fair. Is how I got in, right? So, of course, as the marriage is never like the divorce, but of course, divorce is actually better. So I'm getting out of the trade. Get out here, start scaling out just on principle. I actually got to exit here because I was too lazy. I put a 66 pip winner in here yesterday. And I said, I know they're not going to hit it now, but this has to be the biggest swing trade, obvious swing trade I've ever seen in my life. And that the fact that ICT cannot fucking grasp this shit is so pathetic. It is so stupid. And the fact that people are afraid of the news is so pathetic. I was a little afraid. But I'm long from down here, dude. I don't care what the fuck they do today to the news. And anything below 13, look at them gobble this shit up. So we got a runner. I'm starting exit at top tick Tommy's entrance, and I'm going to start, when he starts buying, I start selling. I'm selling for the next 50 pip window there, just all scaled out, all laid out like a fucking Jenga. It's like fucking Jenga with these fuckers. Anyways, that's the update from the white knuckle news of being in a monster position, still ready to blow it up, still ready to come down here, still ready to, come on, hit me, bitch. I say bring it. Let's have some fucking, let's see what this euro can do to me. I take it as a challenge. But structurally, it's golden. You could have scalped this fucker for 50. You could have done so much on this chart. Now, I look at the weekly chart in the way of this 20 pip window here being the unbelievable. And here is where you're going to get blown up. And why does it matter? Oh, shit, I have my zoom key, but this is it. So this structural here, it really is much more gorgeous looking here, because look at this motherfucker. This is my exit window, dude. As we go up here, cash out into here, I'm everything's flat. And if it happened today, I would love it. And I've seen that shit. You look at this wick here. Tell me, and I'm sure you could tell me stories about what the 1 hour chart looked like below here in this what you would call no man's land of doom, which you never even, now I'd be a buyer down here. That's how I feel about it. So putting a buy limit here, okay, you're underwater. You did a structural on closing prices. There's nothing raw or data that really, come on. I can't even see the spread. And you sold this window here because you knew there was supply up there, or there was, how about it's just higher price? I guess forget about even that. It's a higher price than the other day. Like, what's wrong? Okay. What's wrong with just, why are people so above their indicators? Why can't you say, dude, it's so fucking high. Bitcoin is 60. You see it's at 46 now, dude. It's probably going to melt, and it could totally melt into the vacuum, the abyss. This is the big fear. Bitcoin's going to crush down. All the bulls are like, holy fuck. Now, are they going to hit this? Are they going to fuel into it in panic and hit the sell button? It isn't going to cause a fueling in the other directions. Isn't that the question? Quintessentially, are people going to back off from buying any more of that Bitcoin? Now, here, this may take 3 weeks to get paid on this thing. Of course, I would rather get paid by the end of the day on this trade, because it is so insane of a sell-off that I can see us taking out the high of last week today, but I'm a very optimistic person. So that's another big flaw, I would say, that feeds my impatience, is that I can see what's going on. Can we just get there? Holy fuck me. We've already been up to the 40 level here. We've been 20 pips higher than we are right now. And you could have cashed out the whole thing and reloaded that gun. But would you reload the gun on a setup? No, because you only get one setup here. See, you get one setup on the weekly. You missed your entry. You don't miss your entry. It's amazing. I've been watching this thing. We've been below this price. If you flip to the next time frame, we've been below that price forever. And that's what's really going on here. Is it's just price. Now, I know people want to say, well, you see, yeah, I got you. The market's definitely going to make a run. It's going to make a panic run, I believe. It's going to freak out. So go to the 4-hour chart and look how many chances below 13 you had to get in here. This is how much time you spent between 13 and 28. You literally had this week, and that's the whole different. This is the 4-hour chart now. Not even going to the daily. We're just going to go to the 4-hour chart to see, because this is a weekly thing here. So imagine the last chart. That there's how many bars here? 6 bars a day. So this is 30 bars in 30 to 1 zoom. If you have the weekly sync to the 4-hour. So the trade that you see available on a 4-hour basis is completely. Now you can sync it up to the. I wouldn't get too confirmation about it. It's about trading for pips. So trading for pips is what this would be, this chart. This has nothing to do with a moving average. There is no fucking concept of bias on this for me. I just like, dude, if it wicks up into here, how long you think that's going to last? Like, if it wicks down into here, how long you think that's going to fucking last? And look, it retapped it. This is what blows people's minds. It blows my mind every time, so maybe I'm not alone. Really? We're coming back here again? Dude, we were just up here like... Wait. Let me see if I understand this. You were just up here. Look at these crazy moves. Now, maybe you prefer the 4-hour chart, but with that weekly gives you the feeling of the masses. Look at this beautiful trend line. This is what happens when you have a hard pullback and it fails to keep tanking. You get this nice trend line, this triangle formation. You know, something's got to give, people. Come on. And so every time, every 4 hours, it was below here. You bought. Every down bar in this 20 pip window you bought. There's 4 contracts long, 5. You're long 5. Yes, you could have got out above the lonely top tick Tommy's entry. He's buying this. He's like, woohoo, look at it go. I put a buy stop here. That is the argument. This ICT's making a living from saying, oh, I'm going to tell you something, opposite trade. But dude, if top tick Tommy got in here with a stop here, he's going to be up on that trade like me. He's going to be getting out up here in the promised land. See, it's promised land. And this is where Xenu lives up here, see? I don't think you understand. We got to take this out today. Stocks are opening up in 15 minutes. We got to take this out like a zipper. Shebang. We want to take these wicks out, scalp to here. The scalpers can come in, right? They're going to scalp this window. They sell here. They get out here, right? We've seen that a million times. And this is a 20 pip bang. It's about 20 pips. So if you're trying to make 20 pips, somebody was asking you want to make 20 pips, you got to find a place to put an order, and that's kind of logical. Maybe you buy here. You buy here. You buy here. You buy all the way down based on, this is going to be more buying territory. So why don't you put your buy limits here? Put them here. Don't put any buy limits here. Don't martingale in. So if you're afraid of getting in too big, it really fucking doesn't matter, honestly, because the size of the account, once you change the size of the account and the percentage per risk, you just destroyed any kind of idea of, right, it doesn't matter. Like, look at some of these moves. If I put a buy limit here and never got filled, and I put a buy limit here, I put a buy limit here, I got filled here, I'm like, holy shit. but I'm going to buy more here. You're buying more here? Yeah, just because. And, of course, I could just put in linear grids for that. All that matters. Right now I have sell limits above here, which I don't. But you could have sell limits pending above here, and you're going to scalp the kickback off of this top. Do you need a moving average for this trade? No, you don't. So this is the big mind boggler, because if you got in with a moving average, should you get out with a moving average? I mean, this is how it's working. If it's the best entry, it should be the best exit. I mean, it's very difficult. But I understand people wanting to get it right. They want to get it just right because, money's involved. Let's get this perfect, right? Make everything perfect. So we know everything's going to be always the best it can be. We don't settle for less here. This is not just Goober. No, GooberForex.com. I don't know if it's taken, but probably is now. So many people listen to me. What I say, you know what I mean? But yeah, sitting through this. So like I've been in this trade, dude, since down here, right? So Friday. And then I added on these pullbacks. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, fuck me. Like, can we just finally go to now we've been here, and this was the other exit, right? You had to get out here on something, right? Anytime it makes a new high for the week, you have to get out on something. And yes, I would sell above here because I'm aggressive. I sell 20 pip windows. That's my secret, holy grail, is buy a 20 pip window from here down, and you could just keep milking that for 20 or 30 pips, right? Because it was 30 to 40 pips almost off the bottom of that. And what the fuck's going to happen the rest of the week here? Dude, we're going to blow this fucker to kingdom come. Because you know why? Look at the fucking weeklies. Now, the 4 hour, you can kind of see the triangle forming here. You see this is the triangle sink to suppose. But this is where I think it breaks down. People say, does it work on all time frames? Well, it depends if you're going to be a stop hunter or a fucking retail goober. Now, if you retail goober on the 5-minute chart, put a buy stop here. Put a buy stop here, right? Put a buy stop here if it breaks out either way. Okay, great. You just went long. Dude, I got it. But what is the big fucking picture? And people are starting to shit their pants. They're like, wait a minute. It's the new year. There's money coming in. People are starting to scramble for what's going to happen, but they're always scrambling for what's going to happen. There's always drama at this time of day. When this news comes out, it's just hilarious. Now, if you sit back and look at a big view of this, if the news comes out, you're not on the 5-minute chart, you're on the 4-hour chart, and you're like, dude, we just got filled on that wick. That's fucking crazy. That's what I'm doing, okay? That's all I'm doing is putting orders in the fucking market. Where it goes terribly wrong is you put too many orders in the market. You don't stick to buying in this 20 pip window. You buy up here too high. You could say the same thing about the sell side of this. Let's start selling above here, guys. Like if I'm not in this now, my first entry is going to be above here. I'm not going to stand in front of this train. If this thing's going to break out of this thing and make some final, based on the news, and don't forget the biggest goobers in the world are the banks. They're going to be the last ones in. We'll go watch the Ben Lichtenstein video where he's freaking out about the market. Dude, it's, here comes Morgan Stanley. Yeah, they come in late, dude. They be buying up here like goobers. So, this is the big lie in a sense, because it has to be a big lie. Where's the fucking, dude, tell me about the bankers that bailed out the people. No, it didn't happen because they fucked up so bad. They suck so bad at their fucking job, dude. The institutional money. That's the dumbest money in the world. That's not smart. They're bidding it up so they can. Dude, that's in your fucking mind. You got to get help. Anyways. I left something out in the car and it's like fucking 3 degrees out. It's like Ice Station Zebra. I gotta go outside. So yeah, I'm still fucking hog long this bitch. And this is the final culmination of this trade. We're gonna take out the high of last week, scream north for so from here 50 pips, But there was many opportunities here. Many opportunities. You could have bought this plunge into this. Yeah, it's going to take you about 16 hours to get paid on this total engulfment. But it's worth it, I suppose, in this sense. This one too. But it's a 4-hour trade plan. Or 4-hour tickets would be the ultimate, but you got to refresh those more often. So if you put in a 12-hour ticket that's going to long decay before it expires, your liability goes down. If you put in for every day, yeah, put a daily ticket in. It's 24 hours. And if you put them in Friday, if you put them in right now, you'll see them expired tomorrow at this time of day. Bizarrely enough, you'll be looking at your platform and go, oh, they'll go. Now, you can make it so it lasts a week. And I don't know if the broker doesn't seem to care. I did it a few times. You go like, dude, if this thing breaks open here, and I'm not here to see it, put in a weekly ticket on Friday, because you can see the fucking the price. We can all see the prices. I'm sure that the market, if the market could see itself, I think it can in another plane, another existence, but where's the trend on this fucking chart, for God's sake? Stop it with the trend trading. God, these people with the fucking trend traders, man. What's your bias today? Pussy. Still haven't switched. Okay, so we're looking for this thing to break the triangle here. The stocks open, go ripping up, and bingo, bango. That's my trade plan today. Sit back and watch them clobber this 4-hour triangle into the weekly. I want to switch gears here just before I leave. Don't get whiplash. We're going to go right to the weekly chart from this time frame. We're going to bypass the... I heard that once years ago. You can sync the 4-hour to the weekly because you can see the weeklies. You know, you can see the dotted line there, and there's the weekly. And you are... that sale that's been going on since I started the video looks like the sale might be over. It's 20 pips higher now. Oof, got to overpay. Here comes Bear Stearns. Here they come. Here come the big boys. Here comes the goobers. Here comes the stock market. You know, here we go. Up and away. You know, that's how it goes. And we'll be cashing out into these zones here, and that's all there is to it. Bingo, bango. Put a fork in it. It's done. The dollar's cooked. Dollar's shit now. The rest of the year, I think this is the big turning point. Look at the monthly. Jesus fuck. Hammer on the monthly. That's my exits on the monthly. So just waiting for a top tick Tommy on the monthly is not going to happen in maybe your lifetime. Look at this smooth. Here, top tick Tommy. Here's your Holy Grail entry up here. They stop hunted that guy that day. Remember when he stop hunted Joe? He was short like a motherfucker. Remember that? Oh, God, yeah. He was so short. And we're like, we know he moved his stop. Yeah, I told one of the institutions, and they caught it. They called him up. They said, yeah, where's your stop at again? And then once it took this out, holy my, that was the end of the world. Yikes almighty. I'm getting divergence here on the monthly RSI, I'm sure. If not, there's pressure here. We got a hammer, which means this wick was tradable. So is this. Here was a nice place to put trailing. Here's a nice place to play the structure game. Bottom gives a top, I suppose. You can make that argument. It's a structure. And this is the brutal buy window. Another buy window. I don't know if we'll see this, but I don't think coming back to here is going to be that difficult. And by the, I'm going to put a long time frame on that. This is monthly chart. So I'm going to say by springtime, summertime, you're here. But like I said, I'm not looking for that many pips. I'm just take me to here. Take me to here. I'm out. I'm not going to, because dude, there's so many sellers in here. And if you look at that 4-hour chart, you see how many fucking trades you could have this week to make 20 pips and just trading up and down. Up and down. It's like sex, up and down. So that's my point. Trading is like sex.com. My other website. I'm sure that's probably taken. I kind of wonder what's taken and what's not. Stocks open in 5 minutes. Stocks open in 5 minutes. So, what are the stock guys going to say about this? What do they have to say? If we take out last month's high, basically that's what I'm looking for today. I'm not greedy, but I am. Because this is going to be like, I just want out. Because this, if it does happen, it's vicious, right? And the pullback from that, just they're going to throw limits on it all over again. But if they at least close up today, then, you know, I'm not when the trail stops, so and trailing stops on this trade, I'd just be like, let it go. So I would just let it go. Instead of trailing the stop, I'd just be like, they got to take out last week's low. If they do that, then, yeah, we're fucked. Also, if they hit, but if you go up 120 pips from here, as soon as you get to my sell window, which is the beginning of the goober buy window, the big money's going to come in. You know, that's kind of what's driving it, right? Isn't that what's really... So the big move in the market is that move, and because of the time frame you're on, if you're looking at a 1 minute chart, are you looking at institutionals? No, are you looking at those guys are late to the game, and I guess you want to be later than them? I don't know. But that's the whole thing, is to get an edge in the market. The edge is not shitting your pants and not getting, not hurting your anus, I think, or you're burning a hole in your pants on some of these trades. But yeah, it's a vicious, how you explain this last, the monthly chart here. Look at some of the price wicks on here. They're still hashing. Look at this Corona wick here. This is just astounding. I heard this guy talking this morning about how we're back at the lows from the unemployment rates back where it was pre-Corona. I'm like, and your point is, like, where's the fucking trade here, dude? Give me a trade. Look at this Corona wick. This blows my mind. It always, every time I see it, I think, bad data. Where are they getting their data from? What the fuck's that? Look at it just doesn't on closing prices, like it never fucking happened. They're like, yeah, whatever. We know. Duh. That has to be the C19 pin bar. A C19 pin bar, I call that. Yeah, that's that's 1,000 pips there, son. Wick to wick. Everybody won on that one if they traded real wide. Now the martingale would have blown you up here. If your martingale set and your account can't handle it, you're like, yeah, we're selling more. Okay, well, that's my last sell. I didn't think we were going that high. That is a problem. Duh. But the volatility's dried out here. It's drying up. Here, you could have just done a fucking breakout system here. I only trade bars that are this big. Okay, dude, you're a genius until, I guess, if your stop was too tight here, but it did break out. You're right. It broke out. It really broke out, caved into this thing. But the buyers came in. I'm sure there was some scalps available off of this, right? Once you're down here, I can't see it, but I would assume there's at least a 50 pip bounce in here somewhere. Almost hit this window, did not quite hit it. And this is the monthly chart, by the way, so I'm not saying you should trade breakouts in the monthly chart, but the concept is I back tested down the fucking monthlies. How many pairs? Every pair you can get. Okay. Are you ready to do it? Well, I don't know if I want to put a buy stop up here and markets here. I mean, why shouldn't I just buy here if I think it's going to go, if I think I want to. Oh, that occurred to you, huh? So if you think you want to go long here, might just get fucking now. That's what I'm saying. Here comes stocks. Oh boy, hell to pay. Oof. So if this keeps up, we could take out last month's high, rip up into here, I would be out of the trade at the end of the day. Thank you very much. So that's the story of my big swing trade. I'm waiting for ICT to give a call on the market. He made that brilliant Bitcoin call. I don't know. See, it's not about making a call on the market, dude. It's about, are you going to trade that call? Are you in it? Are you in it? Are you out of it? Are you still in that trade? I'm only in the market for 40 minutes. Okay, that's a different kind of trade, isn't it? This is a monster swing trade. I just looked at this and I just kind of blew my mind. I looked at it and I go, wow, the weekly, and the monthlies are just beat down so hard. Like, are we ever going to retrace? And when I saw it banging, like I said, we're done. We're done with, on the dailies, I go, we're done. That's when I made the calls on the daily, because like I said, we're done. We're not going down anymore, people. Right? Here's the window. And this is the premium. Anything below here, I'd be buying. Anything below 130. All the accumulation. Still looking for the smash to the floor eventually, but I will totally get out of everything by here, starting here, and a 60 pip window of exit. So getting in down here on the close of the week. This is Friday, and cashing out, or the sellers, if you're a seller, this is your 20 pip sell windows. Here, it's pretty simple, right? Is it that hard? Yeah, I guess it is, because if you put your sell limits up here and the market fills you and you're like, holy shit, and maybe you got a bigger ticket here and it comes all the way back. This is a daily chart, by the way. Why are you putting a moving average on this? All my question is, why do you have a 20 EMA and you're looking for only sells? Well, this thing's just an absolute gold mine of insanity. All this bullshit noise you think is noise, dude. This is why people can't listen to this is why people want to listen to a record player, because it's got a little bit of a organic. This is organic. I mean, this is not. People do these. Well, it goes up, goes down, making higher highs, dude. In your dreams, it's a fucking train wreck. It is so. It looks like it looks like a mess. Look at that pullback. Wow. So here's 5 minutes into stocks open. Uh-oh, here we go. Here comes the 5-minute traders. We got a minute and 10 seconds. They're coming and they're going to complete their algorithms. 5-minute algorithms are completing now. Oh, look at that beat down. People are panic stricken. They're like, I think it's going up. I think it's going up. Here comes Bear Stearns. Here comes Chase, Morgan, Money. Oh, here comes. Oh, the humanity. Bye-bye, dollar. That's all you're going to hear about. People whining on the news about the dollar's going to hell. Well, it's up. It deserves a beatdown. Woe is me. Yeah, I just picked up that live stream this morning. Some guy on the Gulf talking about euro, and he didn't seem like he was trading it. The guy, one guy was short the Australian dollar. I thought I didn't look at that, but I thought, man, I think I'd be buying that. It looked like it made a big spike down, so I like that trade. Buy that spike down. So we're holding 20 here. We got to hold 20. 5-minute traders are in. Boom! Here comes 5-minute traders. So 5-minute charts are updating. It's 5 minutes. The stocks have been open. Where are we going? Going to hell? Are we going up? This would be the other kind of cash out point. You know, like if you bought down here, you're up 40 pips. Why not just get out and call it a day, right? If you bought down here and you're here and 40 pips is your target, just call it a day. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you bought this, of course, you've been in the thing all week, right? So if you bought the smash down on Tuesday, this is Monday, Tuesday, you can just cash out now, or you would have cashed out here, I think. If your target was set for that, you made that. Now this would be the pullback, and it's because it's wedging out on the daily. We're at fair value. Anything back in here. This is crazy. This is a beautiful way to exit bookends. If you bought on a Friday, you could have sold on a Friday, right? This is a complete Friday to Friday. Actually, this is the other Friday, so you've got 2 weeks, 3 weeks on that price pulse. But this is a 2 weeks away Friday. 2 or 3. I don't know. No, it's maybe 3 weeks. I don't know how long I've been in this trade. But down here is the ultimate buy window, right? This is my scalped here. And then we came back for the obvious reload because it was down on the daily. The daily trade is certainly if they fill you, or you just at the end of the day, wow. But then you'd have to be willing to hold it over the weekend and all that stuff, because for you to reload that, you'd have to repay the commissions and the spread all over again. And why do that if it's a swing trade and the size is based on a completely different percentage of account? So that you go down that fork in the road, everything's based on what is the first principle is, well, is this costing you more than a really high end escort hooker? What is the she's kind of worth it. I mean, she gets on my nerves, but I don't know, we kind of know each other. Maybe I should, I don't know, should bring a friend or something. Let's try to trade multiple pairs. See. All right, looks like the 5-minute traders, they got the ball now on the tick chart, and we are going after the daily highs now. Let's go hunt some bears. Stops. It's what we're going to do now. For the rest of the day, we're taking out yesterday's high and the day before's high, and we're going to fuck them up, and we're going to go and blow out the top of this, and we're going to go to the promised land, like I told you. Of course, you gotta cut this. If you can close up in here, then maybe you're gonna have to wait till next week. But I prefer this to happen right now, like it does here. See these, Shane? See these moves? This is shit that happens. So I don't have any doubt that it could, by 5 p.m., you'd be up in there, and then I would cash out, or they let them take me out. Up here now, I know this sounds really, this is the daily chart, so below, you're getting the best price here. Now you're up 20, up 40. Okay, maybe we only make it to here today, but it's not that inconceivable based on the fact that this is supposedly the big news everybody bases their trades on. So we are waiting for the institutions to come in and be the late buyers on this. Swear to God. I really think that's what's happening. The more I listen to these goobers think about, well, the secret is know the bank's secrets. Oh, you mean learn the stupidity of big money goobers that, hey, Joe, look at, I think it's going up. What do you think? Yeah, okay, buy some more. I mean, what's driving it? I've always wondered, why are these people waiting this long to buy it? That's why I'm not buying now. I'm not going to buy now. And maybe it's working against me because I'm adding to a winner, but no, because, I mean, I can't go past my size thing issue, because if it does pull back at any point, I want to be able to buy more. Since I don't know, look, it's pulling back a little bit. There's a very approach avoidance into, maybe there's news at 10 o'clock, but Europe's closing. And if there's a short squeeze panic here, then that's what I'm counting on, is a freak out. So it's been hard down on Monday, or Sunday hard down. Now it's climbing out of the hole and drifting back out of that. But that's the biggest pullback we've had since this other one to get in on. So the big hard pullbacks are the ones that you really want to get in on, which is a big hard down day. Is this, or it really is down hard. And this one's down hard too. But this one's not really, but this would be your trend trade. But you can't run stops. So you can't, like, I'm not running stops on the dailies. That's what I'm getting in. I'm always going to get in on that. So sell limits start here on the daily wick. This lonely wick on the daily. Sell limits all the way to here. I would sell more up here, but I'd actually wait till here because that's what I'm going to do. I'm counting on a crush through here, and I'll endure some of the... So building a giant position and not getting out of anything until it hits the threshold of the sell window is completely different than saying, well, I'm just trying to make 40 pips and I'm happy with, but it's more work because you got to come back in with the same trade plan over and over again, and you, oh god, put the buy limits in, and oh, cash out, and you can't even see. This is a daily chart, so you can't even see that there's 20 pips available like every 4 hours or every 8 hours or 12 hours. So, but this is one of those this trade to me is based on the fact that we're below here, and it's just mind-boggling. This is mind-boggling we're below here. Yeah, but it could stall out here and then just fizzle and go all the way down. That's also the other possibility, and of course, that would fit in line with somebody's trend, because the guy that's running the 4-hour trend system says it's in an uptrend. I guarantee you there's somebody out there that thinks it's in an uptrend, and there's somebody that disagrees with him. So the guy that's right, is he making more money? Not necessarily, because he might even put the trade on. He might analyze the markets with a very clear mindset, but when he gets in the trade, he shits his pants. So then he ends up with, you know, like his hemorrhage, he bleeds to death. Elvis, you know, look at Elvis on the toilet, you know, fucking king of the pop charts, and he fucking, it's too many pills. So that's how shit happens. All right, so this looks like a boring retracement. I don't see any fireworks here in the next 4 hours, so it may take all day for this thing to retrace. And I want to see what happens in the next 2 minutes, though, because my 15-minute trading systems, not mine, but, you know, people that are looking at the 15 and going, okay, are we going to go up or down? And those people, that small group of people, are probably like, yeah, if it keeps going up, ooh, put a buy stop above the 15-minute. We'll just go with the flow. And that trade works too. I mean, it's so funny to think that you've discovered the secret because you saw that the market went and made a new low. Wow, look at you. You're a fucking genius. But what are you doing about it? What can you do about it? And how long would you do it? And how many times did you do something about it? How many times did you do something about what you know? Okay, we're sitting back. Here goes the 15-minute guys. They're coming in here in 5 seconds. But I think they already broke out the last charts. So we're looking for the Bear Stearns, and all the big goobers are going to come in and buy it now. Like, duh. So yeah, I'm just going to hold it, and it could still tank. Don't forget, it could still tank. Gotta keep looking over your shoulder in these markets. You know, they're just so volatile. You got to be very careful. All right. Yeah. it's not too shabby to take profits here. You'd make 50 pips from if you're long from the beat down on Monday. Monday's beat down. My original reload price was Monday's beat down, and this was last Friday there. So, hey, close out Friday here. And maybe it's going to take another few weeks to get paid here on this. I just kind of fantasizing. I definitely think we could take out this high, and there'd be sellers in here, and I'm sure a lot of people would be happy cashing out here. Once again, especially if you're just in for the last, 8 hours. Like, how long you been in this trade, and how big is this trade? How many? Do you have any scalping going on, or are you just content to get into a giant swing trade and make money like that? The scalping thing's exciting, it's happening like right now. I suppose you got about 2 hours of scalping left, or if you're just trying to make 10 pips. Up or down and all this stuff, but with all this chaos here in the daily, at the end of the year, it's down. So I'm not a trend trader, but I'm a retracement trader. So I say if it's down, it's going up. If it's up, it's going down. So I'm a contrarian. I think a swing trader needs to be a contrarian, right? If you're going to load into these reversals, basically. I'm a reversal trader. So if you say yes, I say no. That's just how it is, obviously. If you say, I'll say yeah, but. So I'm just trading the way I see everything. And if you want to build a system that has holy grail entry, then, that's, you may spend more time building it than just dealing with the fact that the market's fluctuating. How can I buy low and sell high? I would just start with the most simple question. And how many times would I have to do that to make $100 a day? Whatever, just pick a number. Can I make $100 a day finding price fluctuations? You just do the math. I mean, then it kind of takes the romance out. There's no more harmonic patterns then. It's just like, oh, well, so you mean if I buy 22 pips below where we are now for the next 8 hours, I put a pending order down there, and if it gets hit and I have a target of 20 with a stop at 10 on that trade, that's what that trade will do? Yeah, that's what that trade does. Okay, but where's the RSI thing come in? It doesn't. It doesn't. That's the part of your brain that wants to make sense of wants to reason the trade based on, I suppose momentum in that case. But does the momentum have to stop because your indicator is oversold? No. So the big fallacy there is if you, just wait for the indicator to just wait for the oversold conditions and get in. Okay, here, I got you. Let me see if I understand you. You find a bias. I trade from the long side and I look for pullbacks in my indicator. Yes, that's it. Well, okay, I was doing that, but then one day this pullback came and it just kept pulling back, and I was still in an uptrend because my 200 EMA was telling me, dude, only trade long, and it just kept pulling back, and I kept buying and buying, and fucking lo and behold, I blues the account up. It's good, bye-bye. Yes, I know. So that whole, not to mention, that whole scheme is built upon you, the stars aligning, you stepping aboard that spaceship, and nothing can go wrong. In a sense. I mean, if you get trailing stops. But see, the money management, so that's the singularity entry system. Then there's the scale in, scale out. I'll take a little here. Hey, if somebody drops off some gear at my house, am I going to go, oh, only take really good gear? No, I take everything. Like, look at this fucking thing. Man, this is actually worth something. So that's me, but it's personality. So that's why I'm trading in the first place, because I just don't care. I mean, I'm just too fascinated with, oh, really? You can't do that? let's see if we can do that. Like if you tell me I can't do it, I'm doing it. Oh, you can't do really? Oh no, no, you can't do that. No, you can't martingale it. No, sorry, you can't build a position. No, 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 no. No, you wait for a setup. You waiting for okay, I'm waiting for a setup. Well, there was a setup on the weekly, dude, but it comes around like how often fucking does this come around? That's why I keep telling. Oh, is this really video for ICT to try to save his car business? But yeah, I'm holding this baby, and that's it. I'm going back for some. I'm gonna go out and brave the temperatures and get me some caffeine. I left the coffee in the car. I hope it didn't hurt it because it froze. People say you shouldn't freeze your coffee. We're gonna find out if it killed the caffeine. All right, Friday is come and gone. I'm waiting for the drift up, but if we close here. If we close above the 40-yard line, 40 pip, I'm going to say that's going to be the $1.1340 on the euro. If we close above that, above the high of the Wednesday, then I think we're in good shape to just hold this thing until the end of time. Yeah, my exit here, if we don't hit my 150 pip target and we just get stopped out, we have to take out this week's low and then we're done. This account's gone. And we'll just start over. That's all. So the account is not the stop. I do have stops in there. I don't know if I could survive the sell-off. So that's the that is the consideration. That's all right. I told my wife already. I said, honey, you see this chart here? She says, yeah, I see. She still thinks that somebody's manipulating the market against me. Because when I throw plates around the room, I was like, stop me out again. Fucking stop me out again. Those bastards. I asked her why they keep stopping me out. Because you're an asshole. That's why they stop you out. Look, they just took out the high yesterday. Look at that. Oof, we just nicked it. We just nicked it. The sellers came in. I just missed that little scalp. Oh, we weren't paying attention. So the scalpers took out that little high. What's that look like? Oof. Right there. Just took out yesterday's high. So there's hope for us. Now we got to go after the high from the yesterday. Alrighty then. That's that. Back to the caffeine world.